When people hear that, do they swerve off the road? Do they turn it down just so they can turn it back up? Or do they go, oh, everybody shut up, now it's time to settle in?
It's beginning.
That's what it is.
Dude, it's so good.
It's like the theme music to your favorite sitcom in the 80s.
Do you remember The Love Boat? The Love Boat, soon we'll be making another run. The Love Boat, promising something for everyone. Set a course for adventure, your mind on a new romance. Dude.
When I heard that, Pavlovian, I would instantly get the popcorn and a Coke, and we'd go sit down, and Love Boat started, because it was Love Boat Fantasy Island package Saturday night.
Dude, this just made me feel like I was watching it.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Those were the days.
So, yeah, when I hear that, I get happy.
Okay. To me, hopefully it sets off a Pavlovian response to the listeners where they're like, okay, everybody shut up.
Yeah.
It's time to listen.
Dude, I think it does.
I hope so. That's what it does to me. It makes me want to tell Gary and Claire, everybody shut up. Mm-hmm. It's go time.
A lot of things want to make me want to say shut up to Gary.
Yeah. And Gary feels the same way about us, I'm sure. Would you say that's fair,
mutual?
Gary?
No, I love and respect you guys.
Huh.
That went differently than I thought it was going to go.
I guess he played us a little bit.
A little bit.
Now we look like the aggressors.
Yeah, way to make us cast us in the villain role, Gary.
Man, that was good.
I really don't know if that was me so much.
I mean, you're still doing it.
He managed to do it again.
God dang it. He always making us look like jerks.
I know.
You know what's going to save us today?
Don't sell me. Cocaine?
That'll save us. Not today.
Okay, a hot tub?
Nope.
We're lifting weights?
We're lifting weights.
Okay.
I brought the grease.
Good. Yes.
Yep. And I brought the circle light that we can do Instagram posts with. Because I love that. Our guest today.
Oh, my God. So happy because I really like this guy. I mean, as a friend.
Me too.
I really like him as a man. I think he's just a great man. We're talking, of course, about Jason Scheff, lead singer of Chicago.
One of the most identifiable voices in popular music.
His father played with Elvis.
Mm-hmm.
He's been around rock and roll and music his whole life.
Yeah.
And is truly he's one of these guys, if you ask him anything about the business, he could tell you who produced it, who wrote the song, who produced the song, who the singer was. He can even give you an anecdote about the band or the da-da-da.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the man knows the music industry better than anybody I've ever met. And he's just fun to be around. Like, I've been blessed to play in a bunch of different golf tournaments with him, charity golf tournaments and stuff. And he's friends. We have a mutual friend, Jay DeMarcus, who you know as well. And they play in a band together. So I get to run into him all the time. So he's a heck of a golfer.
He's a great player.
And we talk a lot of golf here because you and I are both golfers and we enjoy the sport. But Jason's amazing at it.
Do you think that this podcast will get popular enough that I could join some of your celebrity golf tournaments?
Yes.
Jason's an amazing guest.
Jason's so good. He's going to be so much fun today.
He's going to be great.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to spending some time with him, hanging out, asking questions.
Do you think he's going to call in from a big opulent office?
There's a good chance. Almost like a Liberace throne.
Very much so.
A throne room
in
Liberace where he sits there in a bejeweled throne.
People tending to his nails.
Yes. As he goes, oh, hi, guys. I didn't see you there.
Yeah. Oh, hey.
Oh, hey. Thanks for stopping in.
And then he does that with his hair?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
There's a good chance. Good chance.
I think he's going to be on a throne.
If not, he'll be on a white steed in a private, arena.
With a saddle or without?
Without a saddle.
Yes.
Yes. And he'll be riding around, and it'll be the same thing. Oh, hey, guys.
Yeah.
I didn't see you there. You'll have to excuse me and, Firecracker.
That's the steed's name?
Well, no, the steed would be something better than that. Dr. Alexis. Dr. Alexis and I didn't see you.
Oh, my God.
And you're like, what?
Reverend Kushner?
Something good.
Okay.
And then he'll dismount.
Yeah.
And somebody will run in, right, and grab the horse, and just they're gone. And then he's standing in the middle of this equestrian arena, and he does the rest of the thing. And when they take the horse out, another guy comes in and puts a cape on him.
Do you think is he standing in horse riding pants, long, tall horse riding boots, and no shirt?
Like a romance novel cover?
Kind of like Fabio.
Like Fabio on a romance cover?
Yeah.
I don't see why not. Yeah, I mean, that's a distinct possibility.
I guess we can only hope.
Well, the smart money is that. I'm going to say yes to that. I think that's probably how we're going to see him today.
All right. Well, let's find out.
Veterans United is committed to turning the dream of home ownership into a reality for veterans and military families. Hey everybody, I'm Rob Riggle, and I've been partnered with Veterans United for the last 5 years. With more than 500,000 VA loans closed and a passion for service, they are the #1 VA lender in the nation. Experience, integrity, excellence, and dedication. That's what you get with Veterans United. So please, visit veteransunited.com and start your journey home. Look at this.
Holy shnikes.
It's happening. It's official, and it's real. Hey, everybody. Rob Riggle here with Riggle's Picks.
I'm Darren Leader.
And we have a special guest today. A nice man, a talented man.
Okay, hold on.
And a good golfer.
2 out of 3 of those are true. And I'm going to let you pick.
Jason Scheff, everybody. Jason Scheff joining us, the lead singer of Chicago, now with Generation Radio, out there taking care of business.
I'll tell you what. You've known Jason a long time. I've known Jason a long time.
Yes, you have.
And I didn't know he was coming on the podcast. And to be totally honest with you, it warmed my heart when I heard we were going to talk with him.
That's right.
So, how are you, dude?
I love you, buddy.
Oh, bro.
I haven't seen you in ages, and you should have seen us, Rob, jamming down in my basement with
Tommy Thayer.
Tommy Thayer of Kiss, Robbie Krieger of The Doors.
Oh my God!
Me and Darren, it was pretty.
That's
awesome.
the most killer lineup I've ever heard of.
Was it Lauren Gold on the keyboards?
Yes, Lauren plays with The Who, and he's with Chicago now. Yeah, it was pretty.
I gotta say this. Krieger.
Yeah.
Leader.
Yeah.
Scheff.
Yeah. Thayer. Yep.
All amazing golfers.
Okay.
You all play great golf.
I'll tell you what. Okay, I'm going to you need to be patient here because I'm going to say this. We're jamming, right? And we're jamming just an assortment of songs. And we go into a Prince song. I can't remember which Prince song it was.
Yeah. I Want to Be Your Lover.
I Want to Be Your Lover. Dude, I'm playing drums and I'm listening to him play the bass and sing. And it was sort of out of body. I'm going, no way. It's like I bought the most expensive VIP ticket to watch this dude. Dude, I'm not bullshitting. You're just doing what you do, right? You're just singing and playing, and we're all having fun jamming. I'm going, this is like next level. The talent is nutty.
Yeah, well, the talent in that room is off the charts. It's legendary.
It was a great band.
It's Hall of Fame talent in that room.
Yeah, we had these delusions of let's put this. This is a corporate band. Then everybody has to go to their gigs.
Everybody's got to go to work. Yep.
I'll see you in a couple of years. But I appreciate that. And you're the man. You're the man.
No.
And by the way, Rob, thank you for that nice compliment on golf. But I've been hideous lately, and you saw it. You saw it in Cabo. I have really been struggling. But here's what I'm happy about, and you guys being golfers. This is so fun that on day 3, and by the way, here's my litany of excuses. My knee is just toast.
Yeah.
I had a knee thing. I had an arm thing.
Yep.
I actually had this knee, arm. I'm going to show it to you. Can you where is it? Where's the camera? Can you see this weird?
Dude.
Yeah.
To dig this. Can you see it? That weird.
Gnarly.
Oh no, we can see it. We can taste it.
Dig that. So we do the celebrity karaoke thing that you hosted, Rob, and I asked for a mic stand to put my iPad on, and it was this heavy-duty mic stand. I'm holding the iPad with the left hand, I'm trying to get the height right with the mic stand. It literally comes down and pinches my hand. It was like the most painful, massive blood blister. So I went out gimping on a knee, just going, I got to get through this tournament. You're right,
Yeah.
because you and feel so lucky to be there in the first place. Yeah. So I'm in the in the physical therapy room, and they're just doing everything they can to get me going. He gave me some tape. I bought a second glove to see if I could just get this thing. I got to get through this. I was so hideous the first day. Jay and I both were. Improved the next day, but then when I was out there with my man, you guys made me comfortable. And what happened was, as we know, I just said, stop thinking about trying to think about mechanics or anything. Play golf. Yeah. Scrape it around. Remember, we were talking about scrape it around, score. Yeah. And I was so happy to make bogeys so that there was no blood all day. Caution, we were all just going,
so we played together on the last day.
Yeah.
So Jason and I played together on the last day with our mutual friend Jay DeMarcus from Rascal Flats, and you were driving the ball beautifully right down the center every time. I mean, you were scoring. There was no blood. Like you played very well considering how banged up you were. I thought you did a fine job.
He plays good golf.
Yeah.
You play good golf.
Well, at times, but we're not like Darren. And I saw your podcast with Patrick Mahomes, and you're glowing about Darren's game. I know.
Yeah.
Darren's.
It's okay.
You can play Rob though. You can play Rob.
He plays.
You're very kind, but Darren's a sandbagging fool.
No,
I know.
What he does is he tells everybody, "Oh, I'm just a humble, drummer. I don't know anything about golf." And then he plays very well. Then he takes people's money because he plays these little games.
Mind
games.
I keep getting lucky out there.
Oh God,
that's what happens.
Yeah, I'm just a humble 3 handicap.
Yeah.
So what's up?
Yeah, what's up?
Nothing.
What's up?
No, my handicap shot up to 4 something.
Oh, did it?
It did.
Mine's 10.5. I'm
exactly
hideous. 10.5. I haven't been a double-digit handicap in ages, so I want your money.
Here's what I'm getting from all of this is you guys want to play straight up.
No.
For $100 a side.
5 strokes aside.
5 strokes aside.
5 strokes aside. That's fair.
No way.
You're at a 3 and you know it.
No, I'm a 4 something.
I'm not buying that because I also know you put in false scores to pad your handicap.
See, I would not do that. It's gross. Jason, are you in California? Are you in Tennessee? Where are you?
Okay, I can't tell a short story, but I know you guys have a limited time thing here, so I'm going to try and truncate this. I pulled off at this bizarre place, the Pear Blossom Highway. So I'm coming back from not just Vegas, I'm coming back from Salt Lake City. Okay. I was stuck in the airport all day yesterday because of this computer glitch.
Oh my God.
I did a gig up in Park City, and so I'm headed out to Boston yesterday. Get there, and it was the all day. Luckily I was in the club, for most of it. Then I went to the gate for 3 hours waiting for this, and then all of a sudden so I rented this car, and I said, I'm this close to and then finally I said, bye-bye.
Yeah.
I called the people in Boston, said, I love you, but it's not going to happen. Yeah. And so I'm driving back to LA.
How far is that drive?
Probably 8 hours, 7-8 hours.
That's not the worst.
But I've been enjoying it.
It's a beautiful drive. It's a beautiful drive.
It really is. And then this is that. So I came back on that highway that we lost our sweet Sam Kinison on. That one that's really weird and wavy.
Yep.
I always think of him when I'm on that. But now it's the bigger one, Pear Blossom. So I pulled over, and it's this abandoned. It's the coolest, weirdest building that's just totally boarded up, and it's like this funky sign saying Burlese restaurant/market/bar ? Details at pearblossomsquare.com, and it's just funk city. So it's perfect for me to pull off and hang with you guys.
So I have a couple questions.
Okay.
When you're driving from Salt Lake City to LA area, what are you listening to
good question.
On the radio?
Yeah.
And as a singer, are you singing along with songs in the car, or are you a listener, or do you just listen to news or nothing?
No music. I that's what I love about these, because I can get lost in these podcasts these days. There's some of them that are like 3 hours, right? And so I've been going down rabbit hole podcast things on artificial intelligence, uh, uh, political talks,
Yeah.
especially with what's been happening lately.
Yeah.
What do you
It's
mean?
just
What do you mean? What's been going on? Just kidding.
nothing.
Yeah.
And it's just incredible. I was watching you, Riggs,
Yeah.
with it's very beautiful what you guys are doing here. I knew it would be pretty fun.
Well, thanks, man. Thank you. But
Yeah,
I like the
so-
fact that you make good use of your time. Knocking out books or podcasts or listening. That's like personal growth time. You're doing a good job of making use of that 8 hours. Because
Do you remember?
You can waste
Oh, go
time
ahead.
on the road. I was just gonna say you can
Well,
end up wasting time on the road.
It's weird. I've definitely, I've gotten into this habit that when I'm doing something that I could be thinking I'm wasting time, I'll really kind of go to that. And yeah, so it's fun. Do you remember when we were sitting around a couple of years ago having dinner at the American Century thing, and Brett Bayer says, "Okay, as you know, I'm a moderator, at times, and so I like to do this in these settings. What's your favorite thing of the summer, and what are you watching?" And it went around the table, and everyone's talking about,
Yes.
"Oh yeah, I'm watching this binge thing on." He got to me, and I said, "YouTube." And everyone's kind of looking at me like, "Okay, here's the dumb shit." And they're like, "Well, specifically what?" And I said, I obviously things of interest to me. If I'm going to come play golf, I start looking at a tip, and then all of a sudden you're starting to get fed that kind of stuff. Or I'm trying to learn my music equipment and the technology. And so I said, but what I love is it's bite size.
Yeah.
I don't have time to binge watch stuff,
Yeah.
for me personally. And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, okay. So then whenever I see Brett, I go, "It's your YouTube buddy."
Yeah. You know what? You're not wrong. Because I'll eat lunch at my desk in my office sometimes, and when it's lunchtime, I'll click on YouTube just like you, and I'll look at little things that interest me, whatever it is. It's like flying or golf tips or whatever. And by the time I finish my lunch, 30 minutes or so, I've watched 4 or 5 cool videos, and I've learned something, and boom, I'm back doing work. So
Totally.
Yeah.
The shorts are awesome, but then on long trips, you can dive into podcasts, and I just love them.
That's awesome, man. So are you going to be home for a little while?
I'm here until I got a gig with Generation Radio with Jay in Caroga, New York. I guess outside of Albany.
Okay.
Yeah, and then go to Nashville for the week, and then we've got a private in Boise. So then we'll be coming back out for that, and then I'll be back in LA. We got to play golf. Come on, boys.
Dude,
I know. We got to rally.
That's what I was going to say. How long are you in town for on this when you get home?
I'm here all week. Let's go.
Okay.
Love it.
Let's go.
I'm super down.
I love it.
So
Me
I'll
too.
tell you what,
I'm sorry. I was just gonna say, as Rob was with me, I started feeling something coming back, baby. I want to get out there.
Yeah, you got the fever.
I'll tell you what.
I watched the Open this weekend, and I got the fever again.
Did you?
I did. I was like, oh yeah.
I can't watch professional golf very much because it just makes me want to go play in that moment. I'm like, I gotta go.
Exactly. I'll tell you what, Rob's looking good, man, because we played in Cabo, and his tempo and everything is beautiful, man. This dude's like pounding it down the fairway.
You know what? He's got a great driver game. There's no question about it. And I think it's so good that you should probably play me straight up.
I knew there was see how he's working the angle, Jason? He's working the angle constantly.
I'm just saying, dude, you're really, really good.
I'm not buying this. Let me ask you this, Jason. You this summer is flying by, it feels like most summers, I guess. Like most years nowadays, it feels like they fly by. Yeah. What are you doing to satiate your creative side? What are you doing out now? What are you working on? Cooking up anything?
Glad you asked. I've been talking to a couple of buddies who are really encouraging and motivating me. I'm working on some material of my own, and my whole idea is, if you how would you like to work with Picasso? How would you like to work with Michelangelo?
Yeah.
You know, people who have created the finest works of art ever, museum pieces. Those are the guys that created all the records that we all came up listening to. So, and they're my friends now. So I'm involved in some really cool stuff, like, you know, with Jay, that's very modern. You know, he's in the country world, but into pop and rock as well, and a great producer. But what I wanted to do for my solo stuff was go back to the guys like Bill Schnee is the engineer, recording engineer that was the tracking engineer for Steely Dan Asia.
Oh my God.
Which was literally a sea change in pop music. That record came out and it changed everything, the way that records were made, the sonics. He won a Grammy for it. He also, his history is so rich. I read his book during the pandemic. It's called Chairman at the Board. You know,
That's awesome.
I like that.
Right. And I knew a bunch about him, and he's hired me for background vocals over the years. But to hear where he truly came from, you know, getting thrown into Three Dog Night sessions. He was like just badgering the producer, please, you know, put me in. And just like all of us, I love asking that question. What was that moment where you were in the batter's box and you could either sink or swim and you just felt comfortable? I love that, talking about that with people like you guys. So Schnee's was getting thrown into the Three Dog Night sessions, and he was great at it. So he started developing as an engineer. Eventually he became Richard Perry's first engineer. So the records like Ringo Starr, You're 16, and Photograph, that's Bill Schnee's engineering and mixing. He also did all the Pointer Sisters stuff, Leo Sayer. Starting to hear that.
Did he mix the Steely Dan record as well as engineer it?
He didn't mix that. No, he was just the recording engineer.
Gotcha.
I mean, the tracking engineer. So all the you know, the basics, man, it's amazing. So then he ended up producing Pablo Cruz, all those hits of theirs, Huey Lewis and the News,
Yeah.
Boz Scaggs, Breakdown Dead Ahead, that's Bill Schnee. So my connection to him is a song that I co-wrote that actually got me my gig, got me my publishing deal, which got me to Chicago 3 months later, is a song I co-wrote with Bobby Caldwell called Heart of Mine. And so I joined Chicago, think there's no way this is going to work. I'm just this outclassed, stupid kid that does too many drugs. And so I'm going to crash and burn, but something felt comfortable with David Foster on the other side of the glass, I'd heard is an ogre. He chews up and spits out real singers like Barbra Streisand. But I felt comfortable. Won him over. We got through, sailed through Chicago 18. So Will You Still Love Me comes out, number 3 pop hit, one of Chicago's biggest singles. Little old Jason, that's his voice. 2 years later, Schnee is recording Heart of Mine on Boz Scaggs as his comeback single. Now, when I was 14 years old, Silk Degrees was our theme song during that summer where I was just starting to go to parties and girls, 13, 14 years old. So to have Boz's comeback single, and I co-wrote it, it's like my time. I'm going, this is incredible, man. I'm in this band, and and now I'm a lead vocalist, and I'm recording hits, and I'm going to be this big songwriter too. Well, they cut a version of it that was unbelievable, and it's, without going too far sideways on it, Bill cut 4 songs, and the record label guy comes back to him and says, we hate it. And it was this moment that all of us, Boz Scaggs, Bill, myself, were just like, what happened? I heard Boz was like threatening to just quit the business. It was like so depressing. The record is unbelievable. There's a lost record. So to make a long story longer, I'm reading Bill's book, and he's talking about, he gets to his career, part of the career, and he talks about that song. And I called him. I said, all right, every time we talk over the years, we always bring it up. And I said, I want to recut it. I don't want to copy what you did, but I want to recut that song and I'd love for you to be involved. And I love when you're talking to adults that don't just go, okay, man. He said, well, I'm going to have to think about that. And I said, ooh, I got to work for this. And I said, what do you think about Michael O'Mardian? And he goes, I love that idea. Michael O'Mardian is the next generation of Wrecking Crew piano players. So you've heard of the Wrecking Crew?
Mm-hmm.
Have you? Okay, so the guys who were the session guys in the 60s and 70s.
Motown,
My dad,
right?
by the well, this is the LA side. So these are the LA guys, did all the Beach Boys stuff and Monkeys, everything. My dad was actually in that camp too.
Wow.
So he was one of the Wrecking Crew guys. Michael O'Mardian was the successor in the 70s, starting with like Your Mama Don't Dance and Your Daddy Don't Rock and Roll. Incredible piano player. He starts doing tons of sessions, starts producing. Donna Summer, she works hard for the money. He co-wrote and produced that. Rod Stewart, and then all of a sudden hits a massive grand slam with Christopher Cross's breakout record, Sailing. That's Michael O'Mardian.
Shit.
So O'Mardian, and when I joined Chicago, look how crazy and connected this all is. He joined, I joined Chicago. Cetera makes his solo record with Michael O'Mardian. So Glory of Love from Karate Kid and Next Time I Fall, Michael O'Mardian produced. So we're that close to each other, but hadn't worked yet. So I said to Schnee, I go, what do you think of O'Mardian on this? And he goes, I love that idea. So we took a breakfast in Nashville, and I said, here's my vision. You guys are the Michelangelos and the Picassos, and that's who I want to work with. And I'd like to get into the mindset of, because nowadays you start working on something and the first question people ask is, what are we going to do with this? And it's a non-starter. I don't care what we do with it. I want to work with greatness. And so I said, I'll pay for it. I'm not looking for anybody to pay for this because I don't want to hear anything from anybody that shouldn't be talking about this. We know what we're doing. And I said, so my vision is that we're all going to pretend we're coming off of one of our biggest successes. Schnee, you're coming off of Steely Dan, Asia, Grammy. You're coming off of Christopher Cross's breakout record, O'Mardian. I'm coming off of Will You Still Love Me? The question always was, as you know this, what's next? I need a great song. I need a great artist. I need a great producer. I need a great label at the time. So that's the mindset. I want us to get into, we're coming off of our biggest successes. We have the song, Heart of Mine. They're going, absolutely. They said, pick a second one. I go, okay. Went home, and the logistics dance started where I couldn't get these guys together for 6 months. So I just start goofing around with Heart of Mine, posted a tiny little blip of it on Instagram, and it started taking off. So those are my guys. I've got 10 songs. Sorry for the long-winded.
No. This is good. I'm fascinated by this.
10 songs. It started with, okay, we're going to do 2 songs. O'Mardian said, bring me what you have. And all of a sudden I go, I got a ton of songs sitting around. So I brought 5 songs out there. And this dude, in 3 hours, and not just some Nashville, let's just, blast through this material. It was like the most unbelievable. I'm sitting there going, I'm the artist, but I feel like I'm in a fantasy camp. And these guys are basically, we love this. We love what we're all doing here. So that's what I'm up to. I'm going to be focusing a lot on that, along with the Generation Radio record that we've got about halfway done with Jay. But that's what I've been doing, is working with these guys.
That's inspirational. I mean, I love the fact that's where you should start, in my opinion. You should say, you know what, I want to work with the best, and then start the plan. But I like the premise is right. That's a great premise. It makes me sit there and go, I want to work with the best too.
Wait, are you saying that you're not working with the best right now?
That's not what I'm saying.
Oh,
it's totally what I'm saying.
Because it feels a lot like that.
It's totally what I'm saying.
Jason, thank you for starting this conversation.
This between you and I?
Oh, we're having a conversation.
Oh boy. This is probably long overdue.
Not cool, bro.
No, but I love your premise, Jason. I love what you're saying, and I think that's the way to go about it.
I can't wait to hear the music.
I know, man. The songs you've mentioned and the people you've mentioned, they're such classics. They're such powerful, memorable songs that it will live well beyond their years. Well beyond the life of even the artist. Probably these songs will be around forever. So to think that you're back in the kitchen with these amazing people, it's very exciting.
Dude, I got to tell you, Jason and I, there was a period where we were golfing and we were hanging and doing some music, and I had written a song and I asked him to sing it, and just as a demo. And so he goes, dude, totally, let me hear the song. He said yes before hearing the song, because that's the kind of cat he is.
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah, let me hear it. And I sent it to him, and he goes, I really, really like the song. He goes, can you pitch it up 3 half steps? From A to C. And I go, in my mind, I'm like, dude, that's high, because it was in A, and I'm not a singer. I'm the only guy there, so I'm doing the vocals. And he goes, pitch it up to C. So I pitch it up, send it to him, and he sends me this version back, and you hear his voice, and like I still need to play you the song, and it's so it's just a testament to A, how rad you are to say yes without even hearing it, and B, that voice of Chicago that we all know.
Yes.
And to hear that on a song I wrote was, it floors me to this day.
Well, I love that.
It's awesome.
That's kind of the Jason that I know. So that doesn't surprise me at all. But I will say this. So Jason and I were, as he mentioned, we were up at this Tahoe Celebrity Golf Tournament, and there's a charity component to it and all this wonderful stuff. And we did a couple nights of karaoke. One night, actually, Jason and Generation Radio played and live, and they were doing songs for everybody, and it was a really good thing. And then the other night, we were just having a couple pops, and we said, let's go over to Marty, the one-man party, because he does a one show there in the Harris. So we pop up every year and say hi. He always calls us up, and we sing a couple songs, and we skedaddle, right? But for whatever reason, we stayed up there a little longer this year, and we probably sang 6-7 songs up there, and Jason's got the pipes, man.
Oh, bro,
I
know.
It was so on time. The songs were amazing. He was hitting the high notes. Like, everybody sounded so good. Jay sounded great. Jason sounded great. And this is just, a couple drinks into it at the casino.
Just playing around.
Just having fun. And they still belt it out like it's it's nothing.
I got a question for you. Most singers, as we all age, their range gets a little bit lower. I'm sure you notice it. Some peers of yours who may not be able to hit those notes that they used to hit when they were 20 and 30 years old. Do you find it? Is your range the same as you keep going and keep singing, or are there different ways you have to reroute certain songs because of any limitations?
My range has pretty much stayed where it was. I've got my vocal warm-up tapes from Seth Riggs, who I studied with, and maybe I've lost one note at the top, but it's not as effortless and easy anymore. I got to really kind of warm it up a bit more. But it's funny, I've been doing some stuff with Mickey Thomas of Starship,
right, in
the last year, and he's 71 years old. That's a freak of nature.
Really? Still.
He's like one of the only, that stuff, fooled around and fell in love, and Jane.
Oh yeah, Jane.
Original key, just drilling it.
Wow.
So there, it's a gift, just like all of us have, So it's funny because I used to feel weird about saying things like that, but it was actually Ferroni that, he's not going to be shy about telling you how he feels about music and how he plays. But one day I realized, and some people get it, really confuse him with, oh, that guy's ego. No, he gives all credit where it's due, which is not him. So however you want to frame that, but he says it's a blessing, it's a gift.
Right.
It's a gift. So I'm not gonna like, have this feigned humility. Oh, I'm not. Yeah, you're worthy. You're worthy, but you didn't give it to yourself. I always think, as a tenor voice, it's impressive. Oh, a guy can sing those notes like that. Jay's dad used to say, "Oh man, not sing that high." But if you think you're so cool, you think that oh, this is me. I gave it. Really, you're giving yourself that power. Then why don't you give yourself a couple more notes up top? It's not coming from me, right?
Right.
So it's a gift. But I'm at the point now. I'm 62, where really, got to stay on top of.
Well, dude, I mean, just those. I'm sorry, just those notes. Just those Starship notes. I mean, Jane.
Yeah, just those playing around
like,
notes.
Yeah, just Jane. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It sounds so good, dude.
Yeah.
You can do it, Darren.
No.
Oh wait, no, Rob. Wait a minute. Rob's talking about how great we all were. Come on, man, Rob.
He can sing.
I did.
He was Princing out. No, Michael Jackson.
It was Michael Jackson. And so there's a Michael Jackson, and in between his lyrics, he does a
Yeah.
yeah. So that was my only job, was to lean in every now and then and go.
That's awesome.
So yeah.
That's so cool, man. Well, dude, you gotta text me when you get home tonight, and let's talk about golf this week.
Yes.
Tee it up.
I got to tell you, I had so much fun, Rob, as you know.
Yeah.
And I
same.
love being able to spend more time with you, and this is just awesome. And we're neighbors. I know.
We're all in the same neighborhood, so we're gonna have to start a golf group, a Friday morning golf group or something.
Oh, let's go.
I would love it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I would love it.
Yeah.
Don't threaten me with a good time. I'm super down.
Well, hey, Jason, thank you so much for taking time on your journey, quite literally, to stop and talk to us. Drive safely the rest of the way, man.
Well, I'm not done talking yet, man. You go.
I got 6 more stories I want to get off my chest.
We're just getting warmed up.
And you go, yes, you are, Jen.
Dude, it's nice to see you, Jason.
Yeah, Jason, thanks so much.
Too. I love what you guys have going here, and let's get together soon.
I love it, man.
Text me later.
I will.
Okay,
right.
bro.
Take care, Jace.
Thanks, guys.
I'll see you.
Thank you, brother.
Oh,
Bye.
can I shamelessly plug?
Yes.
Yeah, if you want to find me, people, just go to Jason Scheff. JasonScheff.com.
JasonScheff.com. We will make sure we put that on
a Chiron.
On a Chiron. Thank you for the Chiron.
You're welcome.
Yeah. We'll make sure we get that there. JasonScheff.com. Go there for all Jason information.
This headphone finally worked. I'm listening here. I guess I just put it in all the way.
All right. Now that we have your attention.
Yeah, we got you now.
Yeah.
We got you.
All right, brother.
Dude, awesome.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
Love that guy.
Stud, dude, right there. That is 1,000%.
That's so much fun, dude, that he took time out to come join us and pulled off the road on his road trip home just to say, you know what, I'm taking 30 minutes to chat with my boys.
That was cool. Yeah. That was cool. And I will play you this song. You'll trip. You'll be like, wait, what?
Yeah, no, I have no doubt.
The Voice of Chicago.
I know. I mean, a lot of makeout sessions went down to the Voice of Chicago.
Yeah.
A lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot of backwards skating. A lot of double skating.
You still love me for the rest of your life. Hold on.
I can't go on.
Oh, so
I
good.
can't go on. It's good to be here, man.
It's really good. Hey, listen, another good show.
Dude.
Gary, you awake?
Yep.
Gary.
What'd you think of the show?
It was great. It was fantastic.
All right.
He was super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate him. He's always got such good energy. You notice that?
I do notice that.
Yeah, just positive vibe, man.
Positive vibe. I feel like he should, write his record and call it Jason Scheff.
Yeah.
And have a picture of him cooking up hot hits, like as a chef. Mm-hmm. But it's spelled anyway.
Chef, the way he spells it,
SCHEFF.
Yeah. Well, I think in Polish it's a Z, but basically chef in Polish means boss.
For real?
Yeah, that's what's up.
All right.
So you're the boss.
I wanted to bring something up real quick. I think we should change the name of the podcast.
Okay. What do you think we should change it to, Darren?
Darren's podcast.
I just took a survey. We're going to go ahead and stick with Riggle's picks.
Thank you, Gary.
Fair enough. I just wanted to bring it up.
I appreciate
Thank
that.
you, guys. It's on the record.
Gary, thank you for checking.
My pleasure.
I'd like to see some of the metadata.
You can just take Gary's word for it. Gary's a trusted friend and colleague and producer of the show. I think if Gary says that the callers have called in and the numbers have spoken, they've spoken. Thank you, Gary.
You're very welcome, Rob.
Seems quick.
Well, that was a great suggestion.
Thank you.
And now that it's been voted down, we'll just move on.
Okay.
And that's not me. That's the people.
I know. I get it. I brought it up. I've been stressing over it because I know that it's your name, and I don't want to ruffle feathers, but I just thought it's kind of cool sounding, so I figured maybe it could help.
And your version again was what?
Darren's podcast.
Darren's podcast. Okay. Thank you for putting that suggestion out there.
Thanks for listening.
You bet. Of course.
And Gary, thanks for doing the research.
You're welcome, Darren.
Okay.
This has been great.
This is fantastic.
It's fucking awesome, dude. It's a great way to end.
It is a great way to end, and we appreciate you listening to Riggle's Picks. I'm Rob Riggle.
I'm Darren Leader.
Thank you.
On Riggle's Picks.